Hi everybody, James Blacklaw's JB Commercial Finance here. It's Thursday the 10th of September 2020. I've done several videos, as most of you are aware, about the COVID crisis around the government loan schemes, and something I suggested several weeks ago, in fact months ago to be fair, was the possibility of, rather than being fixed term repayments for the government loan schemes, the CBILS, the Bounce Back Loan Scheme and the Corona Large Loan Scheme, there was some kind of facility which allowed customers to pay back more as they became profitable. Therefore, some customers will repay the debt quicker as they made more money. Other customers who maybe struggled to make the repayments in 12 months' time, when the repayments start becoming due, would have a little bit more leeway or pay a smaller amount back. I compared this at the time to the student loan system. Now, for those of you who aren't aware, with the student loan system, you borrow an amount of money to get yourself through university, and then you start paying it back automatically when you earn a certain amount. So if, for instance, you took on debt of £30,000, unless you earned a certain level, I think it's about £20,000, you never actually repaid that debt. Not ideal for the student loan company or the taxpayer, but at least it didn't burden people trying to go in jobs, people making their way in their lives, buying houses, etc., with a large debt. And if they did make more money, they paid it back quicker, so everyone wins. And I suggested that maybe something similar could be implemented for these schemes. And it's interesting that a think tank called Onward has actually come up with something very similar in the last 24 hours. The fact that the government loan schemes have helped businesses continue to trade is great, but their concern is that this has put businesses under financial pressure for the next 5 years or however long they took the loans out for. And actually, while they'll be able to continue to trade now, when they come to making the loan repayments, they may be burdened with too much debt to actually service the debt, and therefore it goes into arrears and the business fails ultimately. So it's the definition of kicking the can down the road, which is another phrase I used a couple of months ago. There was a double-edged sword for the government. They needed to keep things going, but on the other hand, actually, they may well have caused more problems than they've solved. Now, 53 billion is the amount that's been lent under these loan schemes, and the latest research suggests that around about 35 billion of this could be at risk, a majority of which is guaranteed by the government, which is an outrageous amount of money. And they've used the term about converting the debt into income contingent loans, which I think is a fascinating term. And the idea is that these don't need to be repaid, these loans, until a business returns to profitability. Very similar to how I outlined several weeks ago using the student loan method. So if you're a limited company, you're a bought corporation, you report your profit and you pay corporation tax. So could a system be put in place which actually then takes a loan repayment out then? So if you've made a good amount of money, if you've made lots of profit, you just pay back more. Saves you money on your interest, and actually the banks and therefore HMRC's liability becomes cleared quicker. If the business is struggling to make money, then therefore they pay less. It doesn't seem overly complicated to me to put a tiered system in place to cover exactly this. Accountants can deal with it as they deal with corporation tax at this moment in time. If you're a sole trader, it can be done by a tax return. Yes, it's a little bit more complicated, but I feel personally it'd probably save billions of pounds to the UK taxpayer. So I suggested it weeks ago, had several conversations about it weeks ago. It seems now, as always, government quangos are starting to catch up with what us on the ground floor are actually saying. Really interested in any thoughts about this, please like, share, subscribe. There'll be links in here to other videos. Please get on board with them. It's really useful for me to spread the word, and hopefully I'll hear from you soon. All right, take care everyone. Bye.